There's a lot of people who think George Harrison was a very mediocre guitar player, and a lot of it has to do with the lack of solos. Cause if you're familiar with the discography of the Beatles and even George's solo career, you probably know that there's not a lot of guitar solos. Actually, it might be like a handful. Depending on the type of music you listen to, guitar solos may not be that important, but the rock scene in the 60s, 70s, and 80s was dominated by guitar solos, often being the highlight of the song or maybe even the entire album. So, since the Beatles are known to be one of the greatest rock bands of all time, it would be natural to think there's some mean guitar solos in the band's discography, and the answer is yes, there's a few. Come Together, While My Guitar Gently Weeps, Till There Was You, Let It Be, like you definitely have some incredible solos. The problem is, that's pretty much it. There's a few more, but not many, and also one of them, probably the best one actually, was not even George's solo, it was Clapton's. I know a lot of people will hate me for saying this, but George was not the best guitar player out there. His genius comes from his songwriting ability, not as the guitarist of the band. And there's nothing wrong with that really, the type of rock music the Beatles were doing was quite unique, hence their influence. So for example, could George Harrison play one of Jimmy Page's solos? I don't think so, but can Jimmy Page write a song like Something? I don't think so either. Can George Harrison do the Bohemian Rhapsody solo? I don't know, probably not. But can Brian May write a song like While My Guitar Gently Weeps? I honestly doubt it. Ultimately, people who think George was an average guitarist might be right, but you're making the same mistake John and Paul made back then. George Harrison was the main guitarist in the greatest discography in the history of music, and it takes a whole lot more than just skill to pull that off.